And something else to digest, you have been told to determine the center and the radius of a circle whose equation is given as x squared plus y squared plus 4x minus 10y minus 7 is equal to 0. So someone is asking us to have this as the equation of a circle and use it to get the center of this circle in terms of the coordinates, which is given as x and y values. And you're also again told to get the radius of this circle. Of course, the radius is half a diameter. So, and of course, if given the equation of a circle and you're told to get the coordinates that will actually get used as the center of this circle and the radius of this circle, which is now half the diameter, you're supposed to use a formula called the completing square method. So completing square method that is used to solve quadratic equations can actually get used to find the radius of the circle given and of course the coordinates of the center of this circle. So the first thing is to actually group these parts of this equation in terms of what seems to be like, or you can place together the like terms, those that have x and those that have y, and the constant is actually taken on that other side of the equal sign. So I'm going to have x squared getting put together with 4x. So x squared goes with positive 4x. Okay. Then I'll say positive y squared. Here it is. Then minus 10y. Then minus 7. The answer is equal to 0. First step, we shall proceed and then be able to say x squared plus 4x plus y squared minus 10y, okay, is equal to 7. Minus 7 is taken to this other side, it becomes positive 7. Why is it transferred to that other side of the equal sign? Because it's a constant. It has to get taken to that other side because it doesn't look alike with what we have on the left hand side of our arrangement. We will now be able to employ the concept that we always refer to as b over 2. Okay, so we are going to have now x squared plus, so this is b, okay. X squared will always have a coefficient which is a, and we're not going to use it here. But the second part that does not have a square will always have a coefficient which is now referred to as b. So our b here is 4, so we shall say 4 divided by 2, then this squared. You can literally drop that x, but you can make your work easier. Then plus y squared. This is y squared, the first part of a quadratic expression that was square. So we always have its coefficient as a. Then the coefficient of y with no square will always be getting to that point of being used as a b. Now, we'll have now 10 divided by 2. It is going to be squared as well. This is equals to 7. And because you're completing the square, we shall still also have 4 over 2 squared plus 10 over 2 squared. So you're completing the square, so you must complete the square on either side with the equal sign. So this and these are taken and they're added onto this, regardless of the sign, even if it is positive or negative. And because you're completing the square, we'll just have all of them getting added. Okay, this is the same as x squared plus 2 squared, that is 4 divided by 2. Then plus y squared minus 5 squared, that is 10 divided by 2. The answer must be equal to 7. Plus 4 over 2, that is 2. 2 squared, that is 4. Plus 10 over 2, that is 5. 5 squared, that is 25. So we will have x plus 2. We shall use 1 square because they're all squared. So actually putting them together, we are factorizing them. Then plus y minus 5, also squared. The answer must be equal to 7 plus 4, that is 11. 11 plus 25, that is 36. Then we shall introduce a square root on both sides. Correct. So this square and this square and this square will disappear. You square a number, then you get its square root, shall be able to get the same number. So you'll be left with x plus 2 then y minus 5. This can get equated to 0 for us to get the coordinates. Then of course, the radius is the square root of what you have here. So the square root of r can give us the radius. So the radius is now able to get given as 6 units. Because the square root of that 6 is 6. And then here, we want to get x. X is going to be negative 2. Why? Because we are all equating these two expressions to 0. So if 2 goes onto that other side of the equal sign, it becomes negative. Then y will be equal to 5. Because it's negative 5, on crossing the equal sign, it becomes positive. So the coordinates of the center will be negative 2, 5. Give it as a coordinate. Correct.